This is the weekend edition of iFiber One News, where we present some of the top stories from this week and your weekend weather forecast. I'm Bethany Jenks. Stay tuned for the weekend edition of iFiber One News.
From the iFiber One HD studio here in the heart of the Columbia Basin, this is iFiber One News, your #1 source for local news, sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. This is iFiber One News, and it starts now.
One of our top stories for this week was about the 17th Annual Veterans Day Parade in Ephrata. The cold weather didn't stop people from turning out and honoring local veterans. Reporter Devin Higgins has the story.
Right, ready, aim, 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 half left.
The wind was whipping and the air was freezing, but Grant County turned out in downtown Ephrata on Tuesday for the 17th Annual Veterans Day Parade. Veterans from all the major military branches were joined by members of the Civilian Air Patrol, and even the Girl Scouts braved the cold to take part. The Moses Lake American Region Post 209 joined their Ephrata partners, and member Richard Ratter said the weather wasn't going to hamper the celebration.
We do it no matter what the weather. Snow, rain, freeze, 40-degree weather, 40-degree wind. Well, we do it every year. He was in the hospital. As long as the good Lord lets us do it.
With the sun shining on downtown, the parade honored the fallen vets of both World War I and Vietnam with 21 gun salutes and the playing of taps.
That's left, up, freeze and arm.
The American Legion Art Post 28 opened their doors following the parade, and the festivities included a stirring tribute to those who are still missing in action.
Your attention to the table at my left. This table is set for those who cannot be with us today, and those who gave their all for the sake of our country. Some fell in anguish and are resting on foreign soil. Some we know were captured, but were not released to rejoin their loved ones. Some simply disappeared. They may be lost from our fold, but they are not forgotten.
A commendation for long-standing service was also given to Ephrata resident Don Thompson, who's been with the Legion since World War II.
Be it known that proper attestation has been provided to the effect that Donald Thompson has been a member in good standing of the American Legion continuously for a period of 70 years.
The day concluded with the annual soup luncheon, which is put on by the Legion's Auxiliary Unit 28 and spearheaded by Chaplain Pat Witcham and member-at-large Marty Carroll.
It takes approximately 2 days, and today we have 18 soups, and we have ham, turkey, and cheese, rolls, and cookies. And it's all done because we all appreciate all the veterans. They have given their ultimate so that we can walk the streets safely.
In Ephrata, Devin Higgins for iFiber One News.
The holiday season means high demand at the Ephrata Food Bank, but a lack of resources makes it tough to cover both Thanksgiving and Christmas. Reporter Devin Higgins met with General Manager Mike Donovan and has the story.
Thanksgiving's just 2 weeks away, and the Ephrata Food Bank's trying to keep its shelves stocked in preparation for the rise in holiday demand. This week, Safeway's giving a $1,000 donation to help the food bank's continuing backpack program, which gives food to local underprivileged students of all ages. But General Manager Mike Donovan said the food bank lacks the resources to handle both the Thanksgiving and Christmas rush.
Thanksgiving is one of those times of year when people feel like giving is a wonderful thing, and it is a wonderful thing for us to receive, but we do not give out Thanksgiving baskets. We only give out Christmas baskets with toys at that time, mainly because we can't afford to do both. We'd love to be able to do both, we just financially can't afford to do it. We're very fortunate in the area, the community that we live in here. We have all the agriculture around us that you can imagine for fresh vegetables and fresh items, and we have a stockpile of that right now. But still, it takes other types of food items to make a Thanksgiving basket, like the turkey and the bread and everything that comes with it. So we just can't afford to do both.
At the Ephrata Food Bank, Devin Higgins for iFiber One News.
And now we take a look at people being sought by law enforcement.
This is Sheriff Tom Jones with the Grant County Sheriff's Office. Each of the people you see here have a warrant for their arrest. If you see any of these people, we ask you do not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but call us at 509-762-1160 or send us an email at crimetips@co.grant.wa.us. If the person is presenting a danger, call 911. With your help, we can bring these people to justice and make our community safer.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Attention business owners. The deadline is fast approaching to advertise in the 2015 edition of the Moses Lake Local Book. Don't be the only business left out. In print or online, it's the best way to reach your customer when they're ready to buy. Call today to place your ad by calling 877-738-9829 or by visiting us online at www.statewideyp.com. The Moses Lake Local Book Telephone Directory. Simply the best advertising.
At Moses Lake Community Health Center, we have had the privilege to serve the local communities since 1978.
What I like about working at this clinic more than any other clinic that I've worked at is the patient care. With the patient care team that we've assembled, it allows us to take care of as many facets of the patient and their family's needs.
Please take the opportunity to experience the high-quality care provided at our clinics.
Well, hi there, everybody. Meteorologist Don Morello with you here on iFiber Channel 1 News Weather. Your forecast, of course, is brought to you by Bud Cleary Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places. And if you have places to go this weekend, no problems on the roads at all. Like hardly a cloud in the sky. The only problem is turn the heat up driving around, because it is going to be a little bit on the chilly side, remaining below normal for a while. We struggled to hit the 30s today. We'll be in the mid-30s or so Saturday and Sunday, and then we'll start a little warmer, but very gradually through the lower 40s, if not to the mid-40s by midweek. The big thing, no precipitation, at least for a while. The past few days, we've been trying to put precipitation in the latter part of the 7-day forecast. But it's become clear that every day it just kind of pushes it off more and more. So we have nothing on the horizon heading our way, anything precipitation-wise. 35 and 16, the extremes today, well below the normals of 46 and 30, a record 63 and 1. So at least we didn't hit a record low here. But in Moses Lake, that's why it's yellow. 9 broke the record of 13 set back in 1955. So that did demolish it. 35 degrees was what we topped out at this afternoon. Currently 29 degrees, clear skies, and that's what we expect, clear skies for the next 36 to 48 hours, it looks like. 11-degree dew point, breeze light from the north-northwest. Morning lows, when we see dew points this dry, outlying areas could approach that. So lower teens to wake up to in outlying areas here. In Ephrata, probably upper teens to near 20. So a chilly start nonetheless. As we put this in motion, you can see really things are blocked from the Pacific Northwest, including our state up into British Columbia. If anything, it actually expands a bit. And eventually, though, the systems in the Pacific will start heading more east than north. But right now, it's at least 5, 6, 7 days away. You can see even into Monday, things do get a little closer to the coast by then, but still far to our west. So what does this mean? Well, you can see it right here. Nothing but sunshine. West of the Cascades, a little warmer than the rest of the state. Still pretty chilly in the inland northwest, upper 20s. And as we zoom into our vicinity, again, pretty much what we saw today, the lower to mid-30s with plenty of sunshine. Again, bright blue skies. And that'll happen on Sunday as well. Temperatures not changing pretty much through Sunday compared to Saturday. We'll just put the big fat cold out there with temperatures in the teens to wake up to and 30s for highs. And as I mentioned, a little moderating trend as we go in. Maybe just a little cooler because more clouds on Wednesday, but generally just about 5 to 10 degrees warmer for the work week compared to the weekend. Well, have a great weekend, everybody. Keep it here. Sports is next.
You don't need me to tell you that 4 and all-wheel drive time is on its way. But maybe you didn't know your local Toyota dealers are gearing up for the season with special savings on our top-selling 4 and all-wheel drive models. From tough Tundra trucks to our best-selling CUV RAV4 or Venza, the perfect blend of all-wheel drive with safety and style. Plus many others. The bottom line is exceptional 4 or all-wheel drive savings just in time for winter. For full details on these and other savings, visit any of your Inland Empire Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places.
Searching for that perfect place to settle down? Whether you're looking for an elegant single-story, spacious two-story, or a custom home on acreage, Aho Construction can aid your decision with a streamlined production process that saves time, money, and natural resources. Compare us to other builders and see for yourself what advantages you can get by choosing an Aho home. Our philosophy is that we do things right the first time around. Start planning your dream house today with Aho Construction. Call 509-766-1366.
It was the first round of state playoffs at Lions Field with Moses Lake hosting Issaquah. Both teams needed a win to advance and keep their seasons alive.
It was a cold night in Moses Lake for the first round of state soccer. 2 of the top 5 teams in the state were facing off with Moses Lake hosting Issaquah. Issaquah struck first 14 minutes in with a goal from freshman Christy Johnson. Then things got physical as both teams were being very aggressive to the ball. Issaquah senior Devin Talley then gave the Eagles a 2-0 lead late in the second half. But the Chiefs rallied quickly as Alicia Overland found the back of the net with 10 minutes left to close the gap. A couple late chances almost snuck in for the Chiefs, but the Eagles were able to hold on and win this one 2-1. Issaquah moves on to the second round of state as the door closes on a great 2014 season for the Chiefs. For I-501 News, Sean Wells.
The number 2 ranked Tigers took on Fife in a first-round state game. Ephrata is trying to make it back to Shoreline to reach the semifinals for the first time since 1999. Reporter Bob Kirkpatrick has the story.
It was a frigid afternoon in Ephrata with the mercury dipping below the freezing level at the start of the match. Kim Bennett heated things up for the number 2 ranked Tigers with a goal 5 minutes into the fuss. That was the lone score the first 30 minutes as both teams misfired on scoring opportunities. Berryman gave Ephrata a 2-goal cushion when she launched a shot over the Trojan keeper's head with 3 minutes to go in the first half. The Tigers didn't get much time to celebrate as Fife responded with a goal in stoppage time to get back in it. Things got a bit tense in the second 80 minutes of play with the Tigers holding the slim lead. Berryman settled the contest with a goal in stoppage time, and Ephrata held off a pesky Fife club for the win. The senior outside midfielder was ecstatic after the win, but said it wasn't an easy one by any means.
Kind of struggled in the beginning, but we got it. I knew we would.
The win sets up a quarterfinal home match with West Valley of Spokane Saturday. This is the deepest postseason run for the Tigers in 15 years. Ephrata finished 4th in 1999. Coach Hillary Coombs says she thinks this team has what it takes to get back to the Final Four this season.
I think, yeah, the players, the talent, the drive, the want, and the willpower that this team, yeah, they can get there.
All right, congratulations.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
All right.
The Tigers host West Valley this Saturday in a second-round game. Kickoff is scheduled for 1 p.m. We'll be back after this.
Just when I thought the blizzard couldn't get any better, DQ put the blizzard inside a waffle cone. This is mind-blowing. So when DQ asked me how I would tell the world, I said... Sounds better in Italian.
Pretty impressive, Liz. Any blizzard, like confetti cake, now in a fresh-baked waffle cone. This is fan food, not fast food.
We believe. We believe in home and all the magical things that come with it. We believe in living rooms with forts made from sofa cushions and blankets. We believe in the man cave, the woman cave. And finally, we believe that our calling in life is to find the home that's perfect for you. Coldwell Banker, fulfilling dreams for over 100 years.
Welcome back. Our next story is about students in Soap Lake who held an assembly this week to pay tribute to veterans in their town, including several teachers who served in the military. Reporter Jeff Chu joined in at the assembly and has more.
Veterans Day came a day early at Soap Lake High School on Monday. Soap Lake School District's annual Veterans Day assembly drew about 430 students from kindergarten to 12th grade. They listened, learned from teachers who served in the military, and even sang. It was the kindergartners who showed them how to sing America the Beautiful. Many students attending found out that their school district superintendent, Danny McDonald, was a Vietnam War veteran. McDonald served 2 tours of duty with the 238th Gun Runners, an aerial weapons company flying UAB helicopter gunships.
So we served all over through the central, south. We were up in the north. We were in Laos, Cambodia. So we were all over.
McDonald reflected on what Veterans Day at the school district means to him.
I think the taps is probably the thing you remember the most about your fallen comrades, and I think that's the thing that sticks out. But it's the cohesiveness that you find on this day. For me, it's like people begin to understand that serving in the military is people take upon themselves. Earlier, around my time, you know, it wasn't just serving on your own. You chose. You know, the other times, people chose for you. So I think that's the difference, that now that volunteer army is very important for our country.
Soap Lake's top educator discussed what it means to his district and the community.
Some have fallen comrades, and others have been fortunate where they've had a lot of people who've gone into the service and they've returned.
Those speaking as veterans at the ceremony included Soap Lake Elementary's 5th grade teacher Tom Byerman and middle school teacher Pat Allen.
So when you thank a veteran, think about the things you get to do that soldiers don't. If you're part of the 99%, you should be thankful for that 1% that keeps your lifestyle going the way that it's going.
Allen spoke of answering the call to serve his country.
The call will go out over America again and again. Young men and young women will answer, and America will still be the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Sandy Barnes, high school English and history teacher, read an award-winning American Legion National Essay Contest piece written by her Soap Lake High School student, Claire Penfield. Claire's essay, How Can I Show My Pride in Being an American, was among the top 5 in the nation. Each veteran attending the assembly was introduced and honored during the tribute, which was concluded with taps. I'm Jeff Chu for iFiber One News.
We'll be right back.
As the summer has quickly approached, we all enjoy the family barbecue and kids playing in the sprinkler. However, many drivers are distracted and are seldom focusing on what's important while driving. It could be the random phone call, adjusting your stereo, or the lip gloss check in the mirror. Here at Farmers Insurance, we make sure you understand what coverages fit your needs. The more you know, the better you can plan. My name is Cheryl Kono, and I'm your local Farmers Insurance agent.
We are farmers. Are your kids rough on your furniture? Things looking a little run down? Then come to More Furniture in Ephrata and we can help get things back in order. We have all the top name brands made with strong quality support, including Sealy Posturepedic mattresses, because whatever you do in bed, Sealy supports it. The next time your furniture is in need of some replacing, stop into More Furniture in Ephrata, locally owned and trusted for over 100 years.
Welcome back. The next story is about a Warden High School student senior project that's helping keep the shelves stocked at the Warden Food Bank. Reporter Jeff Chu met with the senior and has more on her project.
The shelves at Warden Food Bank are pretty bare these days. That's why Warden High School senior Anissa Gonzalez wants to help. For her senior project, Anissa organized a food drive in Warden to help replenish supplies at the food bank.
I wrote my senior paper on hunger in America, and I know our food bank, it's been very low, so your paper has to relate to the project that you're doing, so I decided to do a food drive to help our community.
Anissa's effort is part of the Wilbur Ellis annual food drive this week in Warden. The company with offices in Warden, Moses Lake, and Quincy is a major distributor of agricultural products and animal feeds. The company conducts an annual food drive contest at Warden Elementary School, and Anissa, for her part, distributed 22 food collection boxes in classrooms around the school last week. She also placed food drive boxes around Warden.
The way I'm doing it, it's around Thanksgiving, so that's when our food drive, the food bank is really low. So the food that we have here, the lady at the food bank, she wanted to make Thanksgiving bags.
Anissa said she is hoping for the best from her project.
I hope that the food bank will be full, and I hope that people realize, and the people of our community, that we need to help them out because they don't get as much funds as we want them to. We just want everyone to come together as a community and help the food bank.
Scott West, Warden Elementary School principal, said the school is happy to assist Anissa.
Elementary school is going to be involved working and supporting Anissa with her high school senior project. It's been a process where she and we met several times prior to this week, and we developed a plan for a food drive to take place through Wilbur Ellis, but also to take place within our school. She spoke to our school staff at a recent staff meeting, and she gave some details and the kind of the procedures of what the food drive will be looking like.
The food drive will benefit families with children at the school.
We have a community within our Warden community that comes from high poverty, low income households. So this will be able to drastically affect several of our families.
Anissa said through her efforts, she has learned that there is a great amount of poverty in Warden. Warden Food Pantry Coordinator Marion Marr agrees, saying she has seen the need grow at the food bank over the past 4 years.
When I first started working in the food bank, we only had around 100 or 125 families that would come in over the course of a year, and so we've more than doubled that.
She elaborated on the need for food in Warden.
We do have a large Hispanic Latino population because of the agricultural work, and typically they tend to have a little bit larger families, so there's definitely a need.
I'm Jeff Chu for iFiber One News.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Rounding out this week's news coverage is a story out of Moses Lake where firefighters stopped by an elementary school to hand out new coats to children in need as part of their first Operation Warm campaign. Reporter Jeff Chu was there and has the story.
15 firefighters with Moses Lake Fire Department helped put some warmth in the lives of 100 needy children at Knowles Vista Elementary School. Moses Lake Firefighters Local 2052 sponsored the first Operation Warm event at the Moses Lake School. Many of the children that received coats through the program Thursday morning walked away with smiles after firefighters sized them up with new, colorful winter coats. Travis Pulliam, a Moses Lake Fire Department firefighter medic and vice president of Local 2052, said the union and community raised about $3,000 to purchase 108 coats.
It's maybe silly, but it makes me feel good. That's part of the reason all of us became firefighters and became EMTs or paramedics, because we like helping people. You know, it makes us feel good to be able to, you know, reach people on a personal level. And this is just another step in that same direction. So, and then especially with kids, you know, nothing better than putting a coat on a kid. Makes you feel good. And know that they'll be warm through the winter.
Pulliam said the union firefighters want the program to grow in Moses Lake, and they purchased only American-made coats to help create jobs at home.
I do it every year now, and hopefully hit every school in Moses Lake eventually.
Knowles Vista Elementary School Principal Nikki Mackey was pleased with the outcome of Operation Warm.
It's exciting for them to know that they get to come to school and be warm and they're going to be taken care of. It's good to see our community coming together to help support everything that we do.
I'm Jeff Chu for iFiber One News.
That wraps up our weekend edition. iFiber One News will be back on Monday at 5 p.m. with the latest news from around the Columbia Basin. Thank you for watching.